Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time. I've not looked at the news, but if you were following I'm a Celebrity, I still can't believe that Matt Hancock made it into the final three. What kind of world are we living in? Shocking, but he didn't win. Oh, I've just pulled up the Daily Mail website because reading the Daily Mail website so you don't have to. Hooray for me. There's a lot of death. Have you been following the ripples of the cryptocurrency world at the moment? Have you? You know, the old FTX and everything like that. Well, there's a new thing. There's a new thing that they're talking about. A fella called Tian Kullander. Here he is. There he is. He founded a cryptocurrency company called the Amber Group. It's based in Hong Kong. It's a digital asset company. He died unexpectedly, aged 30, in his sleep. If we're thinking, oh, these things happen, right? But this comes weeks after Nikolai Meshegian, this chap here. He's another cryptocurrency king, drowned on a Puerto Rico beach. And he'd been tweeting that he was worried that the CIA and Mossad were out to kill him. Oh, we're getting to conspiracy theories. Could it be that they're taking down cryptocurrency? Maybe FTX. Maybe that was all a CIA plot. But the plot does thicken because we go from one plot to another. And this story broke last week, and I didn't really go near it because I wanted to see how it was going to pan out. This is Vladimir Mackay. This is it. He is Belarus's foreign minister. There he is. And well, what happened to him? Well, he died. He passed away suddenly last week. Right? Sorry, he died. Well, yeah, it was last week. It was yesterday. It was last week because it's Monday today. Sunday was last week, wasn't it? Yeah. But anyway, he was very ill. Like I said, I wanted to see how it panned out. But he'd been acting as a diplomat, going between, the West and Russia and Belarus. And he's mysteriously died, right, after being taken ill. But yeah, they reckon that he was poisoned by the Kremlin in a sting operation. Some reports say he had a heart attack, but others say that Putin reckons he was colluding with the West, possibly, who knows. And he had to go. And now, the Belarusian leader, Alexander Lukashenko, is now worried for his own safety. Could be next on the hit list. Because again, Belarus is meant to be like an ally to Russia in the Ukraine conflict, and is like has been putting pressure on the Ukraine border. Maybe they're not putting enough pressure on. Maybe Putin's getting a bit angry with them. Who knows? But yeah, mysterious. Death and destruction. Oh, I wonder who's going to be next, What else have we got here? Well, it's all been kicking off in China, and I did cover this with the Foxconn protests. Remember, we did that. Foxconn that make Apple products, among other things. They do many other what you call luxury electronic items. The workers there they were going to strike because of the militant COVID lockdown strategy that the government has been put in place. Well, that unease has spread. It's spread throughout China, And yeah, in Wuhan, they've been protesting. You know, there's been protests everywhere. And this is in Nanjing. Students were protesting. And there was some really big. This is in Shanghai. Some really big protests out there because people are tired of the draconian lockdown that have been going on. And in one region, a tower block caught fire, killing, I think was it 10 people. And this kind of sparked the whole thing. But this puts pressure for Winnie the Pooh. I mean, not Winnie the Pooh. Xi Jinping, the president, prime minister, president. Puts him under pressure. Could this be the end of communist rule in China? Could it be that the people are rising up? I hope so. It would be good that they took back their freedoms. So there you go. That's it's the protests are spreading because people have just had enough, because they've been under lockdown for, crikey, must be 2.5 years now. Because the Chinese government haven't really implemented a vaccination campaign. It's all been, managed by lockdown, and it hasn't worked. So be interesting. Anyway, let's have some court news. Do you want some court news? Ding dong, Avon calling. Who remembers Avon? Do you remember Avon? Well, this is the story of Cheryl Hayes, and she is an Avon lady. There she is. But she's not a very friendly Avon lady. Why? What did she do, Darren? What did she do? Well, the 49-year-old got into a bit of a fight over a parking space outside the World Museum in Liverpool. Hayes jumped out of her vehicle and called her opponent, I guess it's a fight, Jessica Stevens, "I'll see you next Tuesday," and said, I think it's twat you, because it's T asterisk down. I'm going to say twat you in a minute, but if I've misquoted her, it's not my fault. They were arguing over a parking space, and she wanted to park her Range Rover, and then she kneed the woman in the stomach. Thing was, she was pregnant at the time. Meanwhile, the victim's distressed children looked on in horror, and there was hair pulling and kneeings, and happened outside the World Museum in Liverpool. Here we go. I won't go there. Road rage. And attacked this lady who had already bought a parking, like a play and display ticket. So got a bit heavy. Again, can't people just be nice? But she was convicted and ordered to complete a 12-month community order plus 150 hours of unpaid work. And 15 days of rehabilitation activity. Maybe calm her nerves a bit, and she'll have to pay £215 in costs and a victim surcharge. All because of a parking space. Meanwhile, we've got a little article here about the things you should do on social media not to ruin your career. Well, my career's down the toilet anyway. What career? I haven't got one. Roz Sheldon. She's a reputation management expert. And apparently, she's got, is it five tips? Here she is. This is Roz Shelton. Here's her picture, so we know to blame. Here she is, and she's got 5 tips for you not to ruin your reputation online. Okay. 1. Posting about drunken escapades or risque content. Well, I haven't done that, and my OnlyFans account is very private. That's a joke. I haven't got one, but you have to say that because people think you're telling the truth because they're thick. bad-mouthing your company or boss. Well, I'm the boss. I'm the boss of me, and I bad-mouth myself all the time, so that should be all right, shouldn't it? Is that all right? I don't know. Sharing your opinions about celebrities or hot takes on burning issues. Oh, I'm guilty of that. I'm very guilty of that. Hitting back at people who annoy you. I don't tend to do that. I don't tend to do it because the people I hit back at are usually anonymous nobodies, you know, with issues. Oversharing on LinkedIn. No, don't really do that either. I've got LinkedIn. I'm sure you've all looked at it, but I don't really use it. Don't really use it. Here you go. We've got a ring. There's a ring that's gone viral. Oh yeah, a ring, a Cartier love ring. I mean, it's worth £1,080, and I think this is it here. Look, is that the ring? I don't know. But why did it go viral? I don't know, because I haven't read the story, and I'm winging it as usual. You know what I'm like. I should really do more research. I should really. Right, now the sun's look. Oh, now the sun's shining on me. I'm blinded. I cannot see. I'm just gonna stay like that. This is top quality content. If I move forward, and then it can just shine on my ear hole. Yeah, TikTok user Savannah Mukeshi went viral when she had a designer ring valued by a local jeweller who claimed that it only contained £115 worth of gold. Again, that's the scrap value. And this is a close-up of said ring. Now again, you know, I think she's being a bit thick, because the rings that you buy aren't valued by the amount of gold or diamonds or whatever in them. Yeah, it's one aspect to it, but there's also the design, you know, the brand, you know, brand cashes, you know, holds a lot of cachet. But yeah, her video, which racked up 1.7 million views, it's on TikTok, they're all thick on TikTok, explained how she begged her boyfriend to buy the ring for her 28th birthday. But yeah, she said she was a bit disappointed that the man in the shop weighed my Cartier ring and told me the gold value of it. Yeah. But, you know. But that is the scrap gold price, remember. Scrap gold. She's just being very dim. Very dim. Oh, we've got a piece on Jill Scott meeting her. I guess it's her family, because she won. Wait a minute. Here she is. She's meeting her. Oh, it's the other contestants and her. Watch out! Watch out! Wait a minute. Here he comes. He's going in. He's going for watch your arse, love. Hancock. He's in there. Old Hat Mancock. But thank God, Jill. Well, I said she'd win at the very beginning. My kids are my witness. But good for her. And Zara Tindall actually went out there to meet Mike Tindall. He should have been in the top three. He should have been in my top three. But yeah, Hancock has been doing a lot of promos with his bird. You know, that whore he ran off with. You know, that one, that home wrecker. I still can't believe that one. It's like a bad dream. I only watched it to confirm that he was actually in it, and then he got it into top three. You know, we're doomed. We're doomed. We're all doomed. Yeah, very, very doomed. Let's see what we've got here. This is like some cops footage. This is Walid Ahmed Chowdhury speeding through the roads of Carlton in Nottingham as he stopped. His Toyota Yaris is stopped and he flees. I've just got to get queued up. Here we go. You know, they stop him, and there you go. Oh, he's a bit stuck. We can't get. He's not very graceful, is he? Look, he's go on. Oh, he's stuck, and off he runs. Whee! But yeah, there you go. He's been a naughty boy, isn't he? He's like cops. And let's see, he looks pretty pleased with himself in his mugshot. There you go. It's like, yeah, I fought the law and the law won. But yeah, I used a stinger and ramming techniques to stop him. He admitted dangerous driving, failing to stop, driving while disqualified, and driving without insurance. No, he didn't go for the hat trick. He went for the quadruple, the quartet. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, quartet of crimes. He was jailed for 12 months, banned from driving from 3 years when he appeared at Nottingham Crown Court last Thursday. Do you think it'll stop him? Do you think being banned will stop him? No. PC Jonathan Lee of Nottinghamshire's police road crime team described Chowdhury's disorderly driving as some of the poorest and most dangerous I've ever witnessed in my career. Yeah, well, once he's out, he'll be at it again. Zero tolerance. Meanwhile, we go from one extreme to the other. This is the story of Michelle Thomas, who was parking in a she's got a disabled daughter. She's parking in a disabled bay outside her daughter's school in Wanstead in East London. It's just down the road, and she's permitted to park 2 hours on a Wednesday there, but she managed to get a parking fine. Miss Thomas from Barkingside said that, you know, there used to be a lovely traffic warden who understood and had sympathy for Annabelle's condition and the struggle of her getting out of the ramp vehicle. But this time, after 2 minutes, she was given a penalty charge. And here's little Annabelle holding the penalty charge. There you go. Boo! Boo! They know they've got disabled trolleys. There's stickers on the van, I'd imagine. You know. But yeah. But yeah, it's not the first time. Apparently they're saying that litigious parking wardens have struck. In 2018, a man from Channel Heath in Barking and Dagenham received a £55 parking fine from Redbridge Council after he's left his car to give food and drink to the homeless. That's like, but they did end up cancelling that fine when, you know, mitigating circumstances. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going to be the outcome of this one. I don't know if the council said they'd reduce the fine to £30 if she paid within 14 days. But they appealed it and said that it's all her fault. She's still got to pay the fine. It's a bit mean, isn't it? A bit mean. Well, that's a horrible story. Won't read that one. Oh, that is. I shouldn't have seen this story. This is a. Oh, there's somebody at the door. It's probably the postman. Of course, it always happens when I'm at the street. Don't worry, it was nothing good. Parcel going out. There's an article here asking, are profit-hungry vets making a killing thanks to besotted owners desperate to keep their pets alive? Oh God, that's hit home a bit. Again, do I want to talk about it? I don't know. But yeah, we with Hannah the other day, on Thursday, they quoted us, was it £1,200 to keep her overnight and run tests? And of course, you know, we did have pet insurance, which we're hoping will honour the debt, you know. But yeah, there's a big article about this lady's cockapoo, Tamazin Morley, and she had a cockapoo who fell ill, and they seemed delighted to hear that Barclay was insured for $7,500. Again, that's what happened with us. The vet asked if we were insured. I said yeah, and she went, how much? And I stupidly said $2,000, and she went, oh well, it's going to cost you $1,200. I should have said £10.50. I think there are, again, the thing is they didn't save Hannah, so surely they should reduce that cost. It should be a no-win, no-fee basis. Yeah, but this lady's story, she goes on to say how they kept hitting her with more and more charges, because it's gone up and up. Oh, what an arc! I shouldn't have read this, but yeah. I shouldn't have read that article. Wasn't a very good story. Sorry. Just I clicked on it because I was interested. But yeah, I do think there's a certain element of them being a shyster, because we noticed the difference in prices from when we moved. When we were from here and we went up to Norfolk, vets' prices were half of what they were where we normally go. So depends where you are and who your vet is. Meanwhile, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary has named gaslighting as its word of 2022. Can't use it though because of the cost of gas. That's the problem. Very expensive. Apparently there's been a 1,740% surge in searches for the expression on its website in a year. It's taken from the film Gaslight. Yeah, there was two movies, and because in the movie, doesn't the gas, everything gaslight? It was actually, in those days the lights were gas driven, and I think the gas it flickers or dims, and he's saying no, it's fine, everything's fine, but he's doing it to get into her mind, I think that's how the film goes. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's an old black and white 40s movie. But yeah, gaslighting is the act of distorting the truth in order to make the other person accept a deception. There you go. But in that film, he sent her mad, if I remember. Yeah. Oh, we got some good old. Got some good court news here. This is Guy Sims. He doesn't look too happy. I wonder what he's been up to. Let's find out. He was an experienced barrister, and he's been struck off. Why? What happened? Well, he was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison at Oxford Crown Court last year. What did he do? What didn't he do? Well, he went on social media platforms Milo, never heard of it, and Kick, never heard of it. And then what did he do? Well, he started talking to two girls he believed were 13. Did he? Yeah. And he arranged to meet up with them, travelling 150 miles from Cambridge to Portsmouth. And when he was arrested by officers waiting for him, he had cider and a condom on his person, as well as camouflage leaf netting in his car. That's interesting. What would you use that for? I do not know. But yeah, Sims from Brentford was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison last October after a unanimous jury found him guilty in 3 counts of arranging or facilitating the commission of child offences. And now he's been disbarred following hearing at the Bar Tribunals and Adjudication Services. There you go. Oh dear. Oh, we have an update to the Mr. Magoo case. Very important one. This is the story of widower Andrew Sington. Here he is here, otherwise known as Mr. Magoo. I don't know if you remember, he said he accidentally touched a nurse's breast, claiming that he was reading her name badge. Do you remember? Do you remember? Well, he was found guilty. He was found guilty, everyone. He was found guilty. Here he is, just in case you want to know what he looks like. Mr. Gravy, I think we can call him. He was convicted of sex assault in order to pay £500, sign the sex offenders register, complete a 12-month community order, and abide by a 7 a.m. curfew for 8 weeks. This was at Liverpool Magistrates Court. But yeah, he was described by his defence lawyer as a man of previous good character, and he's more of a Mr. Magoo than a sexual predator. Waldo! He was short-sighted and was not wearing his spectacles. Clearly, he's a little eccentric. He's also now on the sex offenders register. There you go. I mean, let's have a look. Is there anything else here? No. I can't cover that one because I'll get banned from YouTube. Oh dear. Where are we? There's here we go. This is the story of Sam Helena. She is an ex-cop. Can we see her? Here she is. Why is she an ex-cop? Why is she an ex-cop? Well, she's quit. She's quit the force. She's quit Scotland Yard because she. Well, what has she done? Well, you know what she's done. She calls herself PC Naughty, and she's on OnlyFans now. Here she is, something for the dads. So there you go. Comes something when they're giving up their police career to go on OnlyFans, but she was suspended last week for bringing the force into disrepute, and she's now quit. But she may still face misconduct allegations and a panel over the images she posted while she was on Instagram and OnlyFans as a police officer. So she was a police officer at the time, bringing them into disrepute. There you go. So there. Have we got anything else? There. Oh, World Cup. I'm not covering the World Cup. No one wants to know about the World Cup. This is a good one. This is a positive story. Igor Klimenko. He's from Kiev, in Ukraine, and a 17-year-old, right, has won a scholarship and global award, right? Here he is. And what did he do? Well, he invented a landmine detector when he was 9 years old. And his invention, has won him this award. He did it because he obviously wanted to, defend his country and help out there. And he was recognised by the Ukrainian Parliament. And here he is receiving I don't know if it's the award or a separate award from Bill Clinton himself. So there you go. What a positive thing. God, this he could end up being the next Elon Musk, couldn't he? He could give it some time. He'll be buying Facebook. What do you reckon? Meanwhile, if you're a fan of Only Fools and Horses, Anyone? No, just me then. Mrs. will be interested in this. Hey, Mrs. You can buy Boyce's E-Type Jaguar, right? Right, at auction. Here you go. Here is the car. There it is. That's a nice mate. Look, good parks outside here. Here it is in the show itself. Back in the old days when we had comedies that people actually laughed at. 160 grand, they reckon it could fetch at auction. Wow, that's a lot of money, isn't it? That's pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I still want Bergerak's car. You know, that'd have been good if we could have got that one. I'd like that. Meanwhile, we've got a new discovery. This is Watcheria. This is from scientists at the Field Museum in Chicago. This is a 6 foot long lake dwelling creature that roamed Iowa 340 million years ago, and they've got its skull here. Look at that, Watcheria. And they reckon it could snap animals in half. And it was 6 foot long, but its jaws, right, were impressive. And they call it the T-Rex of its time. Razor sharp teeth, bone crushing jaws. And they reckon it might look like this, but again, that's just an artist's impression. We don't know. You know, there's an awful lot of prehistoric animals that we don't know what they're like. But yeah, Watcheria. And I reckon it could have been the top predator of its time. Yeah, there we go. Oh God, I've gone over time already. I've whittled on. Is there any animal stories? I don't think there is. Well, here we go. This is this isn't a good one. This is the story of Ozgur Gevrakoglu. Of course, he's a hunter, and here he is. Here he is with a dog. He'd been out hunting. There he is. And what's he been up to then? Well, he was out hunting in Alakam Samsun in Turkey. And they found him dead. Yeah. Apparently, he was loading his shotgun into his car when one of his dogs jumped up, hit the trigger, and shot him dead. That's it. That's the story. It's not a very good story. Thing is they don't know which dog did it because he had a number of dogs. And meanwhile, social media reports saying that the dog was actually a cover-up for a murder. Yeah. And one news outlet in the region reported that the events seem unlikely and that he may have been the victim of a targeted attack. So, what was it? Was it his dog shooting him? Or was it a targeted attack? We'll never know. And that was a rather... I think this was rubbish. This news was rubbish today. I want better news. Maybe I got a story in the funny story. No, I haven't. Have I got any? No, they're all pretty miserable actually. Okay, and this is an old story from the other week. This is the story of Cody Hutton, who works for NHS. Yeah, a dog ran off on November the 5th after fireworks spooked it. Ran away. This is up in Woodbridge in Suffolk. And after 2 days of searching, she was told that a body of a dog that matched Maisie's description, here's Maisie, was found. So she went, she was a bit sad. Again, it's a bit of a sad story. So She got a vet scanned the dead animal to find a microchip, right? But she buried the body in the garden anyway, even though this is what I don't understand. Yeah, and then later on, right, 5 days later, the dog turns up alive. So she buried another dog. Again, the fact that any issues with Maisie, who's not dead. So who was the mystery dog that she buried? What? That's a rubbish story. That's why I didn't read it out the other week, because I thought it was a bit rubbish. But I felt like we needed no, that was rubbish. That was rubbish too, wasn't it? This is good. Okay, we'll do this one. We'll do Baby Elephant. This is Alvin Patterson Konda for KBC in Kenya. He's at the Sheldrick Wildlife Trust doing a story. Right? Doing a story with the elephants, when suddenly one of the elephants decides to interrupt his news story and tickle his nose. There you go, that cheers us up. There you go, a happy animal story for us all there. Thank God for that. Let's see if there's anyone in there. No one is. Andrew's in. Thank you, Andrew, very kind. And he likes PC Naughty. Well, I'm sure she's still got her OnlyFans up, so you can go and subscribe to that if you want. So she'd, what did she say? She'll have anything you say will be taken down. Knickers. There you go. That was a terrible old 1970s joke, I believe. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was appalling. That was the news. Killing the Channel 1 video at a time. Appallingly bad. You should stop now, Darren. Just stop doing it. I can't. Drink it up.